So where's the fascism?
So he says, I'm going to deport all the undocumented immigrants. So some people might say, yeah, good. Rip them out of their homes, 13, 15 million people, whatever it is. Oh, they're running a diner. They're beloved in their neighborhood. They married an American citizen. Whatever they did, I don't care. And oh, their kids are American citizens. Rip them away from their babies and send them the goddamn back home. Now,
Cenk Uygur is on trigonometry, basically debating on whether or not Trump is a fascist. Now, I'm be honest with you. I've heard a number of times where Cenk Uygur has always been accused of calling Trump fascist, and you know he has called him fascist. And Cenk Uygur, he's always defending himself about the times where he called him a fascist. Yes, he's called him a fascist before, but now they're trying to get Cenk Uygur to go ahead and try to explain how he's a fascist and everything. When in reality, Cenk Uygur himself is actually a fascist. So we're going to go ahead and watch this whole debate on trigonometry with Cenk Uygur and others on why our president-elect is a fascist or not.
So you don't call Trump Hitler and you don't call the Republicans Nazis. But when you say the word fascist, as you say, the meaning of that word has been eroded. That's where most people's minds is going to go, right?
So what do you guys tell me, what should I call his obvious dictatorial tendencies? And his obvious over-the-top racism.
You know what? Actually, this is a really great question, because what I'd love for you to do is, and this is a genuine question, I'm not trying to catch you out or anything like that. I genuinely am interested. I have heard a lot of rhetoric from people about Donald Trump and the concerns that they have about the next 4 years. And, you know, people use words like fascist, dictatorial, etc. What do you fear over the next 4 years he is going to do that makes you say in the present moment that he's dictatorial, fascist? What is he going to do, do you think?
Yeah. So again, I don't know that he's going to do it because there's countervailing forces.
What do you fear?
And I think the countervailing forces are super interesting, and we should talk about that.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested to see which way the right wing goes in this country under Trump.
Hold up. Cenk Uygur, he said that he doesn't know what he's going to do next 4 years. So why in the world he's going to call our president-elect a fascist and everything if he doesn't even know what he's going to do in the next 4 years? I mean, the groundwork is laid out there. It seems to me that Cenk Uygur doesn't even want to believe it himself. Okay, so our president-elect, he's going to go ahead, not only fix the economy that we all know, but he's already building plans and stuff. We got world leaders around the world who wants to discuss peaceful options with Trump, as well as other world leaders and stuff, to end these wars, as well as to go ahead. And even there's recently been a partnership with Argentina in the U.S. thanks to our president-elect. Okay, and now we're going to see how things are going, and Cenk Uygur may have to eat his words in the end. So if you enjoy what I'm saying in this video so far, go ahead, smash the like button, share this video for our social media. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification, so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Let's go ahead, get right back into it.
But the worst case scenario is he gets frazzled and feels challenged, and he falls back on what he always does, which is just protect his ego. And so he starts pilfering, and that's very much in his nature. Grab, take, because now there's no accountability. What are you going to do? Impeach him? What are you going to do? Arrest him? No accountability. There's no brakes in the car. So we're all at his mercy.
Sorry to interrupt, but this is important for clarity. What do you mean by pilfering? He's going to be pilfering and pilfering.
Okay, so easy examples, but there's a million of these. He puts Jared Kushner in charge of the Middle East last time around, and Saudi Arabia. Jared Kushner at some point goes to Saudi Arabia, talks to Mohammed bin Salman, and right afterwards, Mohammed bin Salman arrests a whole bunch of people. Okay, I don't want to get into too much into what happened in that meeting and what the results were, but whatever it was, Mohammed bin Salman was super pleased because right after the election, he gives Jared Kushner $2 billion to manage, but he gets 2 and 20 on that. So if you know private equity and how that works, what that means is he's going to make hundreds of millions of dollars. So if Hunter Biden got a $2 billion deal from the Saudis after Joe Biden left office, I was like, Hunter Biden's not a Ukrainian gas expert. That's nuts. Okay. And that was $5 million.
So your fear number one is that his family will benefit financially from his president, and him will benefit financially. What
and
else?
his donors, most of all his donors.
And his donors.
What else?
Okay, so that's, but to be fair to Trump, like part of the reason the establishment hates him is because he's systemically and personally corrupt, whereas they're just largely systemically
Look,
corrupt.
I'm accepting all this for the sake of argument without challenging, because I just want you to get to like the real fascism that he's going to do that you worry
So the
about.
reason I'm saying that is because since most of the politicians are systemically corrupt anyway, that's not the fascism
That's
I'm
my
referring
point.
to.
Right. So where's the fascism?
So he says, I'm going to deport all the undocumented immigrants. So some people might say, yeah, good. Rip them out of their homes, 13, 15 million people, whatever it is. Oh, they're running a diner. They're beloved in their neighborhood. They married an American citizen. Whatever they did, I don't care. And their kids are American citizens. Rip them away from their babies and send them the goddamn back home. Now,
It's amazing that Cenk hasn't heard what Tom Homan says, that our president-elect, he's not in the family separation business right now. In that case, since they don't want to, if they deem themselves as migrants and everything, fleeing from, political persecution from their home countries and everything, they need to go through the port of entry, okay? But the fact of the matter is, there's no need to be any separating families and stuff. I mean, it could be a whole family affair. They can go ahead and they can all go back to their countries and stuff. And if the countries refuse to go ahead and take these people back, guess what? Our president-elect is going to also have to enforce, once again, those tariffs that he was well known for. And Cenk Uygur, he was taking a long time trying to go ahead and explain, what made our president-elect so fascist and everything. But all he did was just bring up how, relatives receive money from other countries. Then also stating how, corrupt he as well as the establishment are. And then, that doesn't mean squat. And also him deporting different documented migrants or illegal immigrants in that case, that doesn't make him a fascist. That makes somebody who's actually enforcing the law, period. Okay. Now you can all justify how this country takes in our immigrants and everything, but when it comes to not doing the right way, doing the legal way, that's when you're a lawbreaker. Okay. So let's go ahead and get right back into what Cenk Uygur has to inaccurately say.
that's a debatable point as to whether that's fascism. My guess is that if he starts doing it, and you start seeing people ripped out of their homes, that people are going to go, oh, that don't look good.
I don't think he's going to do that.
Yeah. Well, okay, we're going to find out. He might not. We're going to find out.
But
okay?
if he was to, let's say, I think the more likely scenario, I don't know if you agree with Cenk, but I think it's possible that this is the more likely scenario, is he deports all the people who've committed a crime in this country, who are illegal immigrants, right? People not only came here illegally, but have committed a crime, and people who don't have American family and don't have dependents here. Let's say he was to deport all those people. Would that be fascism in your view?
I don't even know if he deported all the undocumented immigrants, it would be fascism. I'm not even stipulating
okay,
to that.
so let's get to the fascism, though, because this is what I want to get to, right?
And by the way, people who committed crimes should obviously be deported.
Right.
No
Yeah,
one
we agree.
disagrees with
Correct.
that. So then the thing that I'm concerned about is both him and the potential attorney general saying, if you're on a campus and you're protesting Trump, you're protesting Israel, you're protesting the oil companies, you're protesting something we don't like, arrest and deport you. Wait, what happened to cancel culture? I mean, arresting someone for protesting or voicing their speech is the most both cancel culture you could do. I mean, you're taking the guy's freedom away, right?
Yeah, agreed. But
deporting people that are American citizens, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, you can't do that. But did he do any of that in his first term?
So he didn't do that. Okay. But and that's why I say, guys, when he's running, he threatens to do total complete shutdown of Muslims. Yeah. He threatens to arrest and deport people, etc. But he didn't necessarily do it. So for example, they said lock her up, and then he got into office and he said, no, I'm not locking Hillary Clinton up. So I have an open mind. But when he threatens those type of things, I go, I am deeply, deeply concerned. Now, here's other things.
Okay.
So they had a 3-hour meeting after he lost the election where Michael Flynn and I believe Sidney Powell, don't quote me on that, I don't want to get sued, okay, but definitely Michael Flynn said, let's use martial law. Let's roll out the tanks, okay? And we won this election and we're going to correct the fraud and let's go grab the actual ballot machines, okay? And Trump was like, okay, now I'm listening. Now we're having a conversation. And that's why it lasted 3 hours.
So
at the end, hold on.
No, hold on. You're talking about something that already happened. I'm asking you about the future. Let's just stick with that.
No, but that's totally relevant.
No, well, I'm sure, which is why I'm asking you the question to follow up. So do you fear that at the end of this 4-year period, he's not going to relinquish power. Is that what you're saying?
So since he didn't relinquish power last time, yes.
Well, ultimately he did, but you fear...
come on, guys.
Fine, let's accept that for the sake of argument again. So you fear that at the end of this 4-year period, when he can no longer run for election again, you fear that he will not hand over the presidency.
A guy who said, let's terminate the Constitution, considered martial law, and had a fake elector plot to steal an election, might he try to stay in power? Of course, he tried to do it once.
Well, that's good. So
When did he ever say that? I don't remember him saying that. Even if he did, I'm pretty sure he probably was joking around. And people on the left, like Cenk Uygur, really don't have a sense of humor when it comes to Trump, because Trump does love to joke around. People say he's funny. Okay, that's when they go ahead and say that, oh, well, he wants to be a dictator when he first day of office. He said it and everything. Then there was also other comments about him talking about running like going a third term and everything as a president and stuff. These people don't even know how to take a joke. Okay, and Cenk Uygur knows better. I respect Cenk Uygur, but Cenk Uygur, he's just going off of the deep end all of a sudden. So, yeah, I mean, let me know what your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts in this particular topic. And also, just remember, Cenk Uygur, he's flipping back and forth and everything. Brings up one point, and then they question about that, and then he goes and take up onto another point and everything, and they question on that other point, and then he brings up another point or something else, a different topic and everything. And then they still push back on that. Okay, basically, it's like they're going just hopping from one place to another and everything, not getting to the goal itself or resolution. Basically, Cenk Uygur don't even want to admit that, our president-elect is not a fascist. Okay, he's just going on the same Democrat talking points and stuff that everyone else do. He's claiming he's a progressive, but I'm starting to think that, he's just setting his ways for the Democrat Party, the old Democrat Party that is. And Cenk Uygur, he's never going to get it, because the simple fact of the matter is, he's never going to explain how our president-elect is fascist, even though he's not. But in reality, Cenk Uygur himself is a fascist, okay? So quote me on that. Say I'm wrong. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts you might have on this particular topic. If you enjoyed what I said in this video, go ahead and smash the like button and share this video far wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already, enjoyed all the content that I put out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Click the bell notifications so that way you'll be notified if future uploads and updates. So then, peace.